All right, I'm back, and you can tell I'm a little less than enthused. I've been dreading this moment for weeks now, but I'm just gonna do it, get it over with. We're gonna take a look at the combiner mode for the Toyworld Dinobots. I know, right? I should be excited about looking at the combine mode. Now, I'm recording this before I'm doing the Devastator. So I wanted to bring the Devastator in at the end of this review, so I can compare because I can only do it one at a time. My editing sucks, so once this thing is in combined mode, I'm going to show it with the Devastator when I get Devastator, and then I'm going to take it apart and never do it again. Yeah. So it's like I could either show Devastator, wait and show Devastator off at the end of this one, or I could show do this now and then do Devastator later and put this in the Devastator review. So I'm going to do it that way. The one thing I want to remind everybody as we're going into this, the Toyworld Devastator and the Toyworld Dinobots, at the end of the day, cost the same amount of money. That's something that keeps me up at night thinking about, because it's $115 for each of the limbs. So that's $460 for the limbs. It's $140 for the Grimlock. So that's $600 for this set right here. And while I got this for a really good price, I would say it is very well worth it if you're going for this mode, or if you're going for maybe like a Legends scale Dinobots. So if you're going for, Dinobots for a Legend scale, I think that'd look good too. Grimlock might be still a little bit big, but the point of the matter is that I think it looks good. I'm very happy with this set. I think this set looks great. Oh my god, shut up. Alright. I'm very happy with this set. Overall, right here, I would give the whole set, a 9 out of 10. Yes, each one of them has their individual flaws. Yes, there's scale issues with the dinosaurs. Slight scale issue with the bot modes. But at the end of the day, I'm happy here. I'm happy with these guys. I'm very satisfied. And all of my complaints come from the fact that it's a combiner. And it's not the fact that it's a combiner that sucks. It's the fact that the combiner doesn't work. So we're going to put this guy into combine mode. We're going to do this real quick. I'm not going to be over enthused about this as I go. But we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to get everybody out of the way. And we'll start with one of the leg bots here. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is decide which side we want him to be on. So here's the leg. We'll do, so he's going to be a left leg. I would call it Abomination, but that's too close to Abominus. Alright, so we want to take the gun out. Set that off to the side. Fold up the hands. Do some simple transformations going on here. And basically what we want to do is get them back into Dino mode. So let's start with the legs, I guess. So to have this section, pull this section here out, around, then we can fold up the dino leg. Like so. This will come up. this, because we don't want this actually connected. So just keep it collapsed and flop to the back. All right, rotate this around. So I think this still needs to come back. Yeah, we still want this coming back onto the back side here. All right, so again, pull this piece here out, like so, and then pull this piece here out, like so. Rotate this to the back. Alright, this comes to the back here like this. Plug these in together just to kind of keep it a little bit more out of the way. This will come back here and tab in, just like that. Alright, now what we want to do is pull this around and slide this forward, and we can tab this in. There's just a slot there, tab there. Same thing over here. And as I'm doing this, I'm remembering somebody told me somebody messaged me on Facebook about hints on how to help do this properly, and I forgot to look those up before I started, but oh well. Nothing, I know it's kind of like a spoiler, but nothing really can make this set, save this set from itself. You know, and the concept of the Dinobots being combiners, you know, is actually pretty interesting. And if done right, I would be okay with it. This, on the other hand, is just not done right. It's not. It's just kind of a mess. Alright, so basically what we want to do here is just kind of get everything however you can, just kind of out of its own way, which is really, this is probably the best we're going to get with it. And then you just take this and and here's one problem is, we'll get into it more later, but the only place that this can plug in is the back two pegs because of this piece. You can't really get it in there secure on the front two, so we got to go with the back two. Alright, and it does feel pretty secure. So we got a ankle tilt and swivel. No rocker, but we do have the toe pivot. Yeah, there you go. There is part one done. Set him off to the side. We'll do him next. So take the sword, set that off to the side. Take the gun, set that off to the side. Take this piece here off, set that off to the side. That's right, none of that goes into combine mode. Fold up the hands. Again, we want to go back to Dino mode for the most part for him. This thing just really likes to stick in there. There we go. Fold that up. And rotate this piece here out. Alright, and same thing over here. So fold this out, around. And there. And that's pretty much it. We want to just kind of clean it up a little bit. Try and get the legs again just out of the way as best we can. Which, again, is not too spectacular. Oh, I guess we could do this. Probably pull these into the back, maybe? A little bit? Yeah. At least a little bit. We can get them out there. Alright. Then we can pull those. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. It still looks like a dino folded up, and that's what it is, though. Alright, grab the next leg. And now here, the problem here is that because of this piece, which won't fold up and out of the way, you can't use the back pieces all that well. So you got to use the front ones. They lock in much more securely in the front. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, what the hell? So swivel, ratchet, toe click, and this thing's not locking in. Alright. And set that off to the side. So we'll do him next. We want to pull the gun out, put that off to the side, open this up, fold this down, there we go, like so. Rotate these back like this. So the back piece, so it's all the way back as far as it'll go. Don't put too much pressure on it because it doesn't feel like it's all that well designed there. We then want to pull the waist piece out open. Fold this up like this. And then we can rotate the combiner port out. On a tight hinge there. Like that. Alright, and then go back to transforming it into Dino mode. Oops. Go, and then just kind of fold these up how we can, keep them out of the way. Alright, now what we want to do here is, again, we're going back to Dino mode, like I said. So we rotate this up. Rotate this out, rotate this up, and then we just kind of come on. This thing just hates me today. Guess we can put these back here a little bit. Alright, and then we take the hand here and we'll plug that on, and there you go. Oh yeah, it doesn't stay in there. Yeah, it's not toleranced properly. Alright. So now we've got the arm here. Ish. Oh, come on. This thing sucks ass. Alright, so we got the, we'll have the hinge here, but the elbow rotates above the elbow on just a swivel. And then a ratchet below, so that makes, you know, perfect sense. It's got a ratcheted elbow. That is too tight for the joint. I'm just gonna scream. Maybe if I lower the knees in here a little bit. Nope, that doesn't help at all. It just makes it more of a mess. This thing is a total and complete train wreck. Alright. There we go. Finally. Jesus. Alright. And then the hand will rotate off. Like so. Ball joint, hinge, and hinge. And each individual finger is 1, 2, 3 hinges in it. And it's got these nice gold chrome claws and these nice chrome panther paws, like kind of like Predaking. But all in all, I think this thing is just this thing just sucks. I hate this thing. Probably did something wrong, but I really don't think I did enough wrong that it'd make a difference. So pull the guns off, pull the swords off, pull the wings off. Alright, and we want to rotate this up like this. This piece will come out like that, and you'll be like, oh hey, that's too short. Well, that's because these things need to come back. So before we do that, let's I hate these stupid panels. I mean, seriously, you need to put tabs on these things. The more I'm doing this, the more frustrated I'm getting, and the less the less I like the set because of this. All right, so you can fold that back, fold this back, and you know. It's just one of those things. I was trying to explain to a friend of mine like why I don't like this set, why I don't like this as the Dinobot combiner, and the bottom line is like, okay, with combiners, it's almost a guarantee you have to sacrifice something to make the combine mode work. Here, but usually the combine mode pays off. Here, the combine mode doesn't pay off, and you've sacrificed so much for it. It's just, so fold these down, up, like that. That'll rotate out. And then from here, what we want to do, how do we do this? This comes to the side here. Open this panel up here, and then we can bring that up like so. Yeah, there we go. Same thing on the other side. There we go. Close this up. Alright, so that's functioning a little bit better than the other arm, but not by much. These tab in together, but they don't really hold together. Again, this beak doesn't lock into the face, so that just kind of flops around, and there's no other way to really get this thing any better. It's just, this is as good as it gets. Oh, and that's just not fun. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try it this way. I didn't get instructions with this, by the way. See, I was hoping this hinge would come down a little bit further, but it doesn't. So maybe we can pull these arms around now. No. Nope. I think that was as good as it got. Oh. Alright. Take the other hand. Put this back in. This is super loose, by the way. Plug this in. Like so. And there you have this arm. So you get the ratchet up and down here, swivel below the elbow, swivel above the elbow. One's ratchet, one's not. It's got the ratchet here. I don't want to move it because I don't want to fuck up with that ratchet. Hand swivels, ball joint, hinge. So yeah, looks good. Alright, set that off to the side. Alright, Grimlock. I've only done this once, so hopefully I can remember how to do this. Set that off to the side. And set that off to the side. Alright, here, I do have instructions for him. I might have to grab those. Alright, so pull this out here first. And I know the arms will fold the hand up. Fold this up here like this. And then this comes up here like this. And I think we want to actually... No, the claws stay out. Go. Alright, and then there's a hole here, plug here. Like so. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna grab the instructions. Let's see here. Just kind of breezing through it. Alright, we want to do the same thing with the other arm. That's for sure. It would be really nice if things would just kind of stay out of the way for you for a minute. Let's fold this all up. Have it in and plug this in. Let's fold the head down. Waist will rotate around. And then you can rotate this piece here around like this. Fold these panels here out. Like that. Alright. Pull this panel here out and around. And then we can take the leg here and rotate this It would be really nice if they gave you enough clearance to rotate these things. But no, that doesn't sound like a great idea, does it? They don't need to rotate these things for transformation. Fold this up here. Pull this dinky ass little bar back out. Rotate it around. Tab it in. Like that. This will rotate off to the side. And then we'll just kind of slot in over here. Like that. So essentially this whole thigh piece needs to be held together by that little bar. Because nothing else locks it into place. Just that little bar. Don't you just love it when your whole life depends on a little bar? Hopefully that would be one that everyone knows you name that, but you know, who knows. Anyway. Alright. I'd rather be at the bar than doing this thing. Flip that around. Oh yeah, this one's got a little bit of a deformation here, so it doesn't actually lock into place. I'm trying to bend it real quick. See if I can get that a little bit better. Plastic is soft. There we go. Alright. Not that it helps too much, but it is the only thing we've got. Alright, and then... Alright, I guess that's it. Let's see here. This... No, you don't untab. There we go. This will come out, I believe. And go up. That's what it's supposed to do, right? And then this comes down. No, I had it right the first time. This comes down like this. This will fold up a little bit better here, right? Or not, I don't know. It is supposed to go up. So many little flips and hinges here that it's like makes it a little overly complicated for such a terrible design. Alright, so we get this piece here. They couldn't incorporate this with all this Dino Mode stuff. So you fold this out. This comes out like this. And this comes out like this. You got it like that. This will fold down, down. And what we want to do, fold the head up. And we want to put this behind here. Much like I would like to put this combiner behind us. And this will tab in. These two pegs here and here will plug into these shoulders here and here. And then there's two other pegs and holes there, but I think it looks like it just all lined up and locked it all in perfectly, just like that. All right, let's fold the head back. We'll take a look at the head real quick while we got it here. Rotate the camera up a little bit. Zoom in. Alright, so here is the combined mode head phase 1, I guess we'll call this. It is on a ball joint, so you get the left and right, up and down. It's got the little ears, and it's got a mouth that opens and closes. All around, looks okay. Then it comes with a faceplate. Plug that in. That looks okay too. I think I kind of prefer the mouth over the faceplate. And then it's got these ears. So you got to part form the ears. Now I'm not against parts forming, but this is a little extreme. They should have just parts formed the whole head, is what I'd say. Rather than just the little pieces of the head. But yeah, there is the head. Alright, and then we fold these little pieces here up. Some things are too loose, some things are too tight. And then this just kind of sits back here. Open this up a little bit further. What we'll do here, we'll take the wings, they fold out, and then you fold this around, and this peg here will plug into this hole here, and that locks the wings into like a much bigger position than Swoop had them. And then this will fold around, and then you can just plug this in right here. And it just kind of sits there in there the best you can. Yeah, but that's what we're getting with this. Let's do the same thing on the other side. And I want to say the person that emailed me was telling me that there's a better way to do this, but I can't remember now. So you plug that in, and maybe we can plug them into the back here. There's a plug right in the back. It doesn't feel secure at all. None of this feels secure. So this is a problem. Try doing it this way and try and keep some pressure from the backpack onto the wings, and yeah, there you go. There he is. Posability here is head still on the ball joint, pieces fall off as you can see. Waist ratchets. You can move these pieces out of the way and get a let's see, a little bit of a swivel there. Everything wants to come undone, and now that works a lot better. So let's put them together. All right, so let's see this one. I just want to cry. Alright. And then, so there's 4 pegs, or holes there. Plug in those 4 pegs there. Like that. That, just plug it in. Oh, for fuck's sake. starting to lose my cool here, in case you haven't noticed. Problem is this foot. This foot here, I can't keep it on the pegs. So it's I peg it in, and as soon as I set it down, it falls off. So I peg it into a different selection as hard as I can. And is it gonna stay? Is it gonna stay? I think it's gonna stay. Piece of shit. I don't know. I know Bobby Skullface reviewed this thing. These just plug in here. I don't know how he kept his patience with it so long. And here is your marvelous Dinobot combiner from Toyworld. And this feels about as sturdy as it looks. I'm trying to straighten certain things out, but because things don't tilt properly, things move incorrectly. This whole thigh assembly is held together by those tiny little tabs. It's just... I don't even know what to think here. This has got to be the worst combiner I have ever had. And I am not making that up. The worst. This is absolute garbage. Size comparison, here he is with a Chug Seeker. So Dinobot's never combined in G1, so I don't know if this is in scale or not. So who knows. Legends figure. Classics Prime. Here he is with MP Prime, in case you want to see how it looks there with an MP collection, because I know all you Masterpiece guys have been dying for a Masterpiece style Dinobot combiner. Let's see here what else we got. Here he is next to the Combiner Wars Bruticus. So you can see he's definitely bigger than your standard Combiner Wars figure. Let's see here he is next to Hercules. So he's still quite a bit bigger than Hercules there. Here he is with the Combiner Wars Devastator. So he's not quite as big as him. And here he is next to Predicate. So yeah, all in all, I like the Botmans. I like the Dynamodes to an extent. This thing that they call a transformer and a combiner has got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And it's not just because of the fact that Dinobots don't combine. One, they don't combine. If they did, they could have done this so much better. This thing is absolute trash. There's nothing on this that has a saving grace. Absolutely nothing. Aside from the fact that, well, no, not even that, but some of the combiner parts, like the tabs, they're the plugs that hold it all together. You know, they don't intrude too much on the individual modes. But again, here comes the problem: is they sacrifice some of the individual modes for the combined mode, but they also sacrifice the combined mode for the individual modes. So in the end, all the sacrifices add up to a big crappy pile of shit. No. I hate this thing. I'm sure there's people out there that love it, but I absolutely hate this thing. I probably did something wrong. I'm sure I did, but I honestly don't give a shit about this pile of shit. I hate this thing. It is absolute trash. I mean, okay, let's talk the Combiner Wars Devastator. That thing's gotten some heat. Some people don't like that thing that much. I'm one of those people that didn't like it that much. But at the end of the day, all the sacrifices for the individual bots, once you get it into combine mode, all you can sit there and say is, it paid off in the end because the Devastator looks pretty good. This is not one of those cases. This is a case of, oh my god, what am I looking at? Put it back in the box and return it. I don't like it. I can't recommend it for this mode. I can recommend the set, but don't ever put this in combine mode. You will regret it the moment you do it. Just no. Just no. It's a 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. That's the best I can give it. And the fact that it's the same price as the Toyworld Devastator. So we'll put this thing up to the Toyworld Devastator when I review the Devastator, which you've probably already seen by now.